Welcome back to Television A7. Let's jump into it. Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's been in the blogs, okay, but specifically this weekend because Maurice Scott from the cast had an interview with Carlos King, and he was talking about him and his wife Kimmy's sex life now that she has been battling cancer. And he basically, in so many words, says that she still, has intercourse with him, even though she's not feeling it since she's going through her chemo treatments and whatnot. So he's saying that he's a person who needs sex. Life throws us curveballs. What Kimmy is doing is admirable. And baby, they've been lighting him up in the comments, okay? Lighting him up in the comments. Maurice looks really, really bad for saying this because it's like Kimmy is going through this treatment. She's not feeling well. And he's saying that she has to roll over and suffer through it. Okay, is Kimmy's doing what Kimmy's doing is admirable as a spouse to roll over and suffer through it, fakes it all for me, because at that moment it's something that she completely didn't desire. Maurice is not looking good right now. And some of these comments, let's just get into them. Someone says, then it be the ones who look like a beetle. This is why there will be more men in hell. Claudia Jordan chimes in the chat. She says, can't believe he volunteered this info about himself. Wow. To acknowledge he suffers through it is wild to me. He really gets off on that. Sick and disgusting. Another one says, I wish the art of taking shameful things to your grave would make a comeback. Lord, please bring back shame. Another one, so sad to witness. He's the personification of control and narcissism. I know y'all hate that word, but it applies. He doesn't quote unquote need sex, especially from his wife, while she battles cancer. Now, I understand men have needs or whatever. I get that, but you also have to have some sort of sexual discipline. Because I mean, look at Carlos's face. He is looking at Maurice like, "Are you saying this right now?" Even Carlos is like, "Okay, Maurice, you about to get ate up in the comments because what are you talking about?" Now, look, Maurice, at some point, like, I understand you got to do what you got to do, but you take matters into your own hands if you get my drift, okay? Look, I understand it can be tough to go through that, but it's just like, even if that is the case, maybe he just should have kept that to himself because I think what instead trying to make Kimmy look like a super wife, he made himself look terrible. And hats off to Kimmy for even doing that. But it's like, as a husband, Maurice, you gotta like do better. Just put your physical needs aside for the time being and, you know, not just be having her rolling over to so you could do what you got to do. Especially if he's saying, like she rolls over and suffers through it. You know, because I'm sure there are some married couples out there, some women who've been married for a while. They feel like they got to do what they got to do, but they may not necessarily be in pain or suffering through something. They're just like, all right, bro, let's get this over it so I can go to sleep or get back to what I was doing. But the fact that he emphasized that he need to get his in, no, like no matter what she's going through, that she's gonna have to suffer through this, it's not the best look. Tammy Roman joins the chat. She says, you need some lotion, a bathroom in your damn hand. Sheesh. To know and say she's suffering through it means you understand the difficulty for her. And why would you, as a loving husband, want to put her through that? It's shameful. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Now, I'm going to tell you who is not a fan of this, and that's your boy Dennis. Y'all remember Dennis? Portia's ex, okay? Portia's baby daddy. He didn't take too well with this interview, and he wants to fight Maurice in like a charity match. He said his interview was disgusting. So he puts out, I'm fighting Maurice in October if he has 20K. His interview with Carlo King, his interview with Carlos King was disgusting. And you can see that he DMs Maurice, let's box for charity, hashtag cancer. 20K put up on both sides. I'll get sponsors to match 100K for charity. Maurice says, let's discuss the full details. So he's possibly open to it. But and shout out to the neighborhood talk for getting all of this together. So let me get into some of the comments on this post. One lady says, to roll over and suffer through it made my stomach drop. It's important to pick a partner who knows how to be selfless sometimes. Someone who can be with you in all seasons, even when you have nothing to give. Another one, if you can't control yourself sexually while your wife has cancer, hell, even a common cold, seek help. That whole show has some demonic men on it. Now, let me tell y'all something. I don't even watch Love and Marriage Huntsville anymore. I got through maybe the first 3 episodes of this current season and I stopped watching it. I stopped reviewing it. And I just, between the whole Mel and Martell thing, and then just whatever Maurice got going on and Marceau got going on, I was just like, you know what? I bow out. So, and again, like I said, I think the roll over and suffer through it is what's really jumping out, and it just sounds really, really bad. So, I wonder if y'all let me know, did Kimmy say anything about this? Because Maurice is doing a lot of talking. Now, was Kimmy like, I don't know, did she say anything about this? Or, that's who I really want to hear from. Someone says, I just went through a year of chemo, nauseous and lethargic all day long, diarrhea and vomiting, mouth sores and headaches. It was horrible. I cannot imagine having to be treated like that on top of all that. Bless her heart. Let me know what you guys think about this, about what Maurice said in this interview with Carlos King, and about Dennis jumping in and wanting to fight Maurice for charity because he didn't like what he said on the interview. Drop your thoughts below. Let's keep the convo going. It's Television 87. If y'all want to check out more of my content, I got a couple videos here for you guys, and I will talk to y'all in the next one.